Hi guys, it is Caiti AM and I am so excited to bring another video to you guys. I first want to apologize for the little bit of break I took. I had a lot going on between school, extracurricular activities, and just school in itself. But I'm starting back up with these videos and I cannot wait to share these tips and tricks on how to keep your foundation lasting longer and look more flawless, along with your eyeshadow, your brows, and everything in between. So if you want to learn these tricks, if you want to learn these tips, then keep on watching. To get flawless looking skin and to get the longest lasting foundation that you possibly can, you want to start off with a good face wash and a good moisturizer. I've used the Tatcha face wash and the Tatcha water cream and I absolutely loved it, but I felt with the combination that I've been using from the drugstore, the moisturizer isn't from a drugstore, but the face wash and stuff, it definitely made my face feel almost exactly the same. So I felt like if you do not have enough coin to go and spend like $75 on a moisturizer, then this is a really good routine for you. So I start with the Garnier Skin Active Gentle Sulfate Free Cleanser. And it definitely helps with oily faces, and it definitely helps to remove your makeup when you are washing your face. So typically I go in with a makeup remover wipe from Neutrogena, and then I go in with my Renewed Hope in a Jar by Philosophy. This is actually a pretty big jar and I am actually just about out of it. I'm at the bottom. I can see the bottom of the thing. So obviously I'm in love with it. And it is just a thick moisturizer. I get a lot of dry skin around here and around my nose and stuff like that, along with being oily. So this definitely controls both sides of this. This definitely controls both sides of the spectrum. I also use the Ole Henriksen Oil Control moisturizer. I do not have that with me right now, but that is a really good one for oily skin, or if you know that you're going to go sweat or something like that. It definitely controls the shine and it definitely controls the oil. So on top of using my makeup remover, my face wash, and my moisturizer, I would definitely 100% recommend using lip scrubs before you apply lipstick. So the two that I absolutely love are the Jeffree Star Marshmallow, the Velour Lip Scrub, and this retails for $12, and this is the Agave Sugar Lip Scrub by Bite Cosmetics. So the first thing that I'm going to go in makeup-wise with is a primer. I'm going to be using the PoreFessional Pore Primer by Benefit and the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer in Blemishless. And before I go any further, while I'm blending this in, I just want to talk about exfoliating is key when you are washing your face, because that's going to get all the dead skin that would show under foundation and flake under foundation off, especially around your eyebrows, along the sides of your nose right here. A lot of people tend to get flaky right there, and it's super frustrating to look in the mirror and see flakes coming off of your foundation. So if you do see flakes, that means you're not moisturizing enough or you're not exfoliating enough. Do not ever start a foundation routine or a powder routine without adding primer first. It will change your game permanently, guaranteed, all the way. So now I'm going to be going in with eyeshadow primer. And when I said it will change your makeup game with primer, this stuff will make your eyeshadow blend so much more beautifully. I said much more, so much more, whatever. So much more beautifully. It'll definitely allow the colors to pop a lot better, and it'll keep your eyeshadow from creasing. This is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Enigma. I don't even know how to say that. So now that I have all of the primer on and my face feels so beautiful and smooth, I'm going to be going in with foundation. So if you guys could guess it, of course I'm going to be going in with my Dior Skin Forever foundation. I am the shade 14, well it's actually 014, same thing. This foundation is, I think, $52. If you are balling on a budget, you can go for a different foundation from the drugstore. Two of the foundations that I would recommend are the Infallible Pro Glow, which, shout out to McKenna Myers, she did get me hooked on that along with Carly Snyder, I won't leave you out. The other one is the Maybelline, I think it's the Dream Cushion, it's the one with the sponge where you press your beauty blender or whatever into it. I have it in my room. I can't remember what exactly the name is. It is definitely really, really nice for not a full coverage day, for just a nice natural looking day where you don't want to look like you're wearing a lot of makeup, but you just need that extra confidence boost. So, enough talking. I talk way too much. I'm going to be going in on my face with my foundation. Anyway, I'm going to be going in with about 1 pump on each section of my face with cheek, chin, and forehead. I don't typically apply foundation from the pump straight onto my nose because you start to get a little cakey on your nose when you do apply it straight to your nose because you will get too much foundation on there. So the number one key that I have to applying flawless foundation is stippling your foundation into your face. And I guess this is a little difficult with the wrong brush. I typically use just a flathead brush. The brush that I have is the It Cosmetics by Ulta. It is the Airbrush Buffing Foundation. It's in number 110. It's very comparable to the Y6 from Morphe, which is a lot cheaper. Obviously, it's okay to drag around your hairline. It's okay to drag around your chin because you aren't trying to cover up as much redness. But when you're in the center of your face, when you're trying to cover the red cheeks or the red nose or a little bit of blemishes here and there, it definitely gives you a fuller coverage without making it look like you're wearing more. So I'm just going to stipple this all in. Now that I have that all on, I can go in with my concealer. So recently I found the Laura Mercier Flawless. This is a really hard name to pronounce, so stay with me. Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer. This is $28 and it is worth every single penny. I cannot explain how amazing and rich this feels on the skin. So I'm going in with my foundation brush again that I just used, the number 110 by It Cosmetics. And I'm just going to be stippling that like I did with my foundation. If you do apply concealer with a different brush, the one rule that I can tell you is if you're going for more coverage, do not drag your brush across your concealer because like I said, you will get the redness down here to show up from where your foundation was. No matter what foundation I've tried, every single time I drag, I get a little bit of redness come back up. So I never even chance it to drag across my face. Obviously when I get up here around my brows, I can just drag a little bit, but it's still quick, almost stippling motions. Now I'm going to be going in and setting my face. I use the Kat Von D translucent powder. I think it only comes in translucent. It is a setting powder. This is super, super important. My rule that I go by is if you put down a liquid, you put down a powder. On top of that eyeshadow primer, you want to make sure that you're also putting it on your lids too. Now that I'm done setting my face with translucent powder, I will be going in with my bronzer. I'm going to be using my Hoola bronzer by Benefit. In the last, for setting my face, I did use the 201 in the Sephora brand brushes. It's a two-ended brush. I use the angled side, which is actually for blush, but I really like it to get in on those inner edges of your under eyes. It's really, really nice to get in there. And I use the powder sometimes too if I'm just going around my face like this. Now I'm going to be going in with my Hoola from Benefit. I'm going to be using my TJ Maxx makeup brush by Kala. It is a unicorn brush. It just kind of made me feel good about myself. And I'm just brushing that like this. When you are applying bronzer and stuff, you just want to go in with a light hand and nothing crazy and using swirling motions. Don't go like this unless you want a more concentrated look, but you tend to get a circle right at the end if you go like this because you typically tend to end at the same place every time. So if you're using circular motions, you tend to dust it more than rub it. The next thing I'm going to use is my blush. This is a drugstore L'Oreal Paris True Match. True Match Super Blendable Blush. And with blush, you just want to go and smile and just go on the apples of your cheeks and just kind of build that up. So the next thing I'm going to do is my brows. For this particular video, just to kind of show how to get longer lasting brows, I'm going to be using my powder, which will be a little bit more of an exaggerated brow. So I start with my finger. I am the nastiest girl with brow gels. I take my finger and I'm using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist powder and brow gel duo, and I just take my brow gel, don't do that, I just take my brow gel on the tip of my finger and I just go in with it like this. And this definitely just helps keep the powder in. I cannot talk today. I apply my brow gel first because I feel like it definitely just sucks the powder in and lets it stick. So I'm going to take it on just the edge of my brush, and I'm just going to start on the bottom with a line to start us off as a guide. And I think this color is almost just a little bit too dark for me, but it's not anything I can't deal with. I use two brow pencils. I use the It Cosmetics Brow Power Pencil. The other one I use is the one and the only Anastasia Brow Wiz. I am in the color Deep Brown, and it is an amazing product, but that is a little bit more expensive. I think it's $18 or $24 or one of the two, I don't know, for the pencil alone. I think it's $18, I'm pretty sure. $24 is a little. So I'm going to go and do my eyes really quickly off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I have the eyes done, one tip that I have, if you are going to finish off a look with eyeliner or anything, like I said earlier, just make sure that if you really, really want it to stay longer and you find that your eyeliner that you do have is struggling a little bit sometimes, just apply a little bit of black eyeshadow over it and it will definitely make it stay and stop it from transferring. The next tip that I do have is for eyelashes. Really, the only thing for eyelashes is just get a good mascara that you know is going to stay and it's not going to transfer. The two mascaras that three actually, that I will swear by forever and ever and ever until death do us part are the Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara, the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, and the Urban Decay Perversion, which I actually do not know if Urban Decay sells Perversion anymore, but it is definitely one of my favorites if they do. I still have a tube of it, and it is really, really nice for natural looking lashes on a natural day. So to start covering your lashes fully and not to make them look crumbly is to just start at the root and shake it. And this will also help from clumping, and the more clumping you have, the more that I find the lashes tend to transfer onto your eyelid, onto your under eye, and whatnot. I'm going to go in with the other eye. Shake, shake. Okay, so now that I have those two on, I'm going to be going in with my lower lash line. And to keep your lashes from transferring onto your under eye like a lot of girls have a problem with, look down but up. That way you're pulling your bottom lashes off of your under eye. So now that I have that done, I'm going to be finishing off with some highlight in my inner corner and whatnot. I'm going to be using my Anastasia Glow Kit. Before I apply any highlighter, I'm just going to say it now. I'm going to say it for all the people in the back row. Match your highlighter to your skin tone. Do not put white highlight over a tan girl unless you're really going for that look and you are purposely doing it. Girl, white highlighter does not look normal on, like, for say my skin tone. it doesn't look normal if you're going for a normal look or an everyday look, if it's your routine. I mean, if you think that looks cute, go for it, wear it. But if you're looking for a natural look, take my advice and match it to your skin tone, because it looks so much prettier and so much nicer. As you can see, I've maybe used the white twice in this palette because I will almost never be that pale. Now, if you are a very pale girl, then go for it. The gold obviously is not going to do you and make you happy, then go for the white. That's just my tip. That is what drives me crazy, because highlighter tends to show your pores, and the more white it is, the more you're going to see it where you applied it, and the more your pores are going to stick out, and that will ruin your flawless foundation that we have tried so hard to achieve. So I'm just going to be going in with the color White Sand right here. You can probably see my camera off my mirror. There's my little ring light. In the color White Sand. This is a beautiful color, and I almost hit pan on it because it just typically tends to match my skin tone for a nice natural look. White highlighters are great for the brow bone. They're great for the inner corner. They're great for your lid. They're great for things like that. But for your cheeks, unless, like I said, unless you are trying to achieve it, then just try to match it to your skin tone, because it'll look so much more prettier. I have terrible grammar. It will look so much prettier. I don't even think that was right. Whatever.
It is so much prettier.
Stop correcting my grammar. So then I'm just going to be taking a smaller brush, and I'm going to be taking the white, like I said, just for some example, in the inner corner, just because I feel like it does attract light a little bit better because it's white. Now that I have that all done for, it's finally time to move on to the lips. Always start with a lip liner, whether it's a clear universal lip liner, whether the lip liner matches your lipstick, whatnot. Just always try to start with a lip liner because it'll stop your lipstick from feathering. So I'm going to start with my little mirror, tracing the outer edges of my lips. And a tip to make your lipstick last even longer is to try to take the corners and color in a little bit right there, because lipstick tends to bleed and move along that line. Now that I have all of my lip liner on, I'm going to be going in with my lipstick, and these two are a Bite Cosmetics duo. I did get them for my birthday from Sephora, so shout out to Sephora for my birthday gift. It is the Bite Cosmetics lipstick in the color Chai. This is a beautiful color for my skin tone. And to keep this just lasting longer, all you really have to do is sometimes you can just take a Kleenex, bite down, and that'll help, or take a Kleenex, lay it over your lips, and take translucent powder and pat it over. That'll mattify it, and that'll definitely help it last longer. Other than that, your lip liner should typically do just about everything for you. So my last tip in this video, which is probably one of my favorites, is a lot of girls tend to have the problem of water coming out of their outer edges, or their nose tending to crease and crack right there. So my best tip, grab your handy dandy translucent powder, grab your handy dandy setting spray that we always use over our face to keep our makeup even better. I'm going to open my translucent powder, just quickly dip into a little bit of powder, and I'm going to spray it with a little bit of setting spray, and I'm just going to be applying that right there. You can't even notice that I applied it. but that right there is going to keep the water from coming out. It'll definitely create almost like a barrier, so he can take me swimming on the first date. Now that I have that on both eyes, I'm going to be going back in with a little bit more of a wide application of the Q-tip, and I'm going to be spraying it again and pulling my nose just a little bit and going in right there. And this will definitely help with the cracking or oiliness or whatever problems you may have on this area. Now that I have that all set down, I would just quickly spray my face. And now we are completely set for the day. If you want it to last even longer, you could take a beauty blender and just dab. Sometimes I just take this knockoff Artiste brush and just press into the skin.